So, it's also very important to understand the reasons to invest in UK living asset. At the start of the year, we, or rather my research team in the UK carried out a survey with 70 global investors from a variety of profiles. So they surveyed sovereign funds, they surveyed major pension funds, big institutions around the world, and find that UK living asset housing is still very, very popular because it gives a more long-term stable income stream for a lot of these investors. Yeah, and over time, especially when you look at the history data that I've showed, the keyword for UK housing is resilience. When you look at where the big funds are putting their money, and they obviously have done their research and understood the dynamics between the undersupply in housing in the UK and structural population change in London, in UK alone. The GLA actually released a data that they are expecting the population in London alone to grow by 100,000 per annum for the next 10 years. And when they reflect on how many new homes were being built year on year, they realize that there's over 300,000 shortage of home for the UK. And that's why big developers, are buying into private rent schemes, investing in them, as like I said, it gives a very good stream of long-term, stable, healthy income. Okay. And I think lastly, to also add on to what we are experiencing right now with COVID, how we dine has changed, how we shop has changed, leisure, how we adapt to our leisure lifestyle has changed. But one thing is for certain, housing is an important need as we can see in the last few months. So with that said, I think the demand for housing will always be there. And that's why, it is a good asset class to consider for the long term. So then I'll just summarize again why then, both private investors and institutions look at London as a safe haven. Of course, you are looking at a very established language and legal system. It is one of the best global and financial education hub. When you compare it to a lot of other key prime markets around the world, UK investment, investing in the UK is still pretty one of the best tax efficient. For instance, if you're looking at investing in Singapore as a foreigner, you are paying up somewhere around 23 to 24% on the purchase price, whereas in the UK, is as a foreign tax, which will be implemented next year, is only at 2%. Again, to talk about the dynamic of the supply and demand story that creates a very healthy, very stable rental market, which then gives a lot of investors confidence on the reliability of the income return. So one key thing that I wanted to also share is the recent news of the stamp duty holiday that was announced by the Chancellor about 2 weeks ago. And this is actually a very welcome news for the UK. Government policy support is an absolute importance in limiting the economic impact of COVID-19, especially on the housing market in the UK. So there is actually a quick commentary from our research team with regards to the latest stamp duty tax holiday announcement. However, whatever it is basically up till the 31st of March 2021, for homes up to £500,000, you are enjoying a stamp duty holiday, and I think it's could be proven to be a key incentive to kickstart the housing market and make up for lost sales. You know, there is a lot of pent-up demand for new homes in UK. So, and our research has shown that more people are looking to move homes in the next 2 years. So this stimulus could very well trigger a stronger than anticipated bounce in demand by allowing aspiring purchasers to use their stamp duty savings perhaps towards higher deposit. So just a quick comparison with the stamp duty normally and versus what you would get to enjoy if you were to buy a property that completes by 31st of March 2021. Essentially, for a property that is of £500,000 value, you are essentially saving £15,000, which is quite a good saving, and hence why since then, in the last 2 weeks, we have been pretty busy with a lot of investors now taking this up, looking at this window of opportunity to go in when the price is when the property price is subdued, currency is also favorable to the dollar, and added incentive with the stamp duty savings. And again, I will be more than happy to discuss this with you during the Q&A session in greater detail or even one-to-one. So I will just summarize before I pass on to the next speaker. Again, COVID-19 has created a short-term shock to the market, but we view it as only a temporary short-term impact. However, it is also a moment in time that creates a big or a strong buying opportunity for a lot of investors. We expect the recovery to be to come quickly from 2021 onwards. And of all the regions in the UK, we see that the Greater London will see the highest rebound at 3 to 4% from 2021 onwards. And of course, taking advantage of the sterling and the stamp duty holiday. So with that, perhaps I will pass on to Diana to summarize.
Right. Yes, thank you, Ms. Widya, for a great presentation about market outlook update. So, saya akan memberikan summary secara singkat mengenai apa yang dipresentasikan oleh Ms. Widya. Yaitu yang pertama, COVID-19 ini telah tentunya menciptakan suatu kejutan, tapi hanya untuk jangka pendek ke pasar. Jadi transaksi dan harga rumah akan jatuh dalam jangka pendek. Lalu hal ini terjadi hanya untuk beberapa saat lamanya, tapi juga menciptakan satu opportunity to buy, menciptakan satu peluang pembelian yang kuat. Dan kita berharap akan terjadi pemulihan yang segera dimulai setelah 2021 dengan harga dan aktivitas transaksional terjadi pada saat itu. Lalu London juga akan melihat suatu pantulan yang kuat ya dalam nilai yang nantinya dipimpin oleh Greater London. Dan pound sterling juga diharapkan bisa menguat nilainya selama 2 hingga 3 tahun ke depan sebesar 15% terhadap US dollar. Dan yang terakhir juga ada stamp duty holiday. Ini merupakan inisiatif dari pemerintah yang hebat. Baik. Itu tadi summary dari apa yang dipresentasikan oleh Ms. Widya.